Elise, are you on?
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Very good. I try to put a picture because I can't get this camera on.
Yes, I
So,
see you.
oh, okay. Now, if I shut that off, will that all go off? Just because it says start video.
I'm not really sure. So why don't you try it and I'll let you know what happens. All right.
All right. So
Now
it
you're
just.
up and flat. Yep.
Oh, okay. So how is everything in New York?
Wonderful. How is
Oh,
everything so far?
oh my God. That's all I gotta say.
Oh,
You
good for
guys
you.
got to come down here. It's such a beautiful place.
Very nice. Well,
Yeah.
tell me all about it when you get back, and I want to see lots of pictures.
Oh, I definitely will. Did I send you pictures already?
You did not.
Oh, I definitely have to send them.
Do.
Yeah.
Okay.
We slept the first 3 days and now it's time to go. I'm as red as could be though.
Oh no, you look a little red in your picture.
Yeah, and I'm putting everything on, but it's just, I haven't been in the sun for years.
Yeah.
So,
You have
but
some
I did,
aloe vera?
excuse me. Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we have all that stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this meeting. Is it all right if I give you a call later on?
Of course.
Oh, okay. Just read some stuff today, just wondering what's going on,
Okay.
you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
You can call me anytime. You know that.
Yeah. I just.
You are being live streamed right now, just so you know.
Yeah, that's why I'm talking. But I'm going to put my mute button back on because there's a lot of people in the house, okay?
Okay.
All right. And
I'll
I'll
talk
talk
to
to
you
you.
later.
I talk to you later.
Bye.
Michelle.
Hope you're having a good trip.
It's very nice, long needed. If you've never been here, you should come here.
Where is it?
Anna Marie Island, away
Oh, yeah,
from.
I've been there.
Oh, okay. So you know what it's
Right.
like then. It's a good trip.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Michael. I see you just joined. We are just waiting for conference room 1 to join us.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Hi, Bob. Now I can see you
Okay, good.
and I can hear you. Perfect.
Now it's over.
All right. Good night, guys. All right. Bye.
Okay. So,
All right.
are we ready?
We're ready.
Okay, so the next thing,
At 6:56, well, let's do that. 6:56, we're starting the recording the meeting and
I'm
sorry.
not gonna repeat anything.
Everybody,
Oh,
Looking good, Ossie. Looking good. Love it all. Love it all.
I just wanted to say that the Earth Fair is May 11th at Gallo Park.
Okay,
And that is not, the CAC doesn't organize it, but we do have a table. And it's so in case you didn't know that, Earth Fair, May 11th, Gallo Park. Yep,
okay.
okay, so thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Emily. Thank
Thank you. Have a good.
Can, do we,
evening.
oh, they can see us. Okay, good.
Yes.
All right. Great. Thank you, Emily.
That's-
I apologize for the confusion
That's okay.
and we'll
I'm
move on.
glad
to
I
our
don't have to
agenda.
do it.
The next item on the agenda is Albany Avenue and Clinton Avenue turn on red. It was an item that I added to the agenda because the people on the Complete Streets Advisory Council were concerned about this in the design. Subsequent to my adding it, John Schulteis appeared at the meeting of the Complete Streets Advisory Committee, addressed their concerns, and so the issue is solved.
Oh, good.
So we need to go any further. He did what he was supposed to do, and John did a great job. He explained it very well, and is taking their comments seriously. So that's a good thing. We have an ADA parking request from Alderwoman Edwards.
She presenting?
Jeannie, where are we? Okay, and so the question is, has the applicant submitted everything that is necessary, all the paperwork? And have we, that's what I'm, so that would be my question. Jeannie, I don't know if you're there or you can hear us or, intermittently. Now we can't really hear you well.
all right, I don't know why here.
Oh, yeah, much better.
Okay. So it's for 65 Liberty Street. The applicant lives at 66 Liberty next door to me. And she is on SSI, SSD, disability of back, neck deterioration, I guess it is. I didn't answer her. She gave all the information. I gave it to Andrea.
Okay,
Andrea submitted it, yes.
okay. So we have a request for an 88 parking permit at 55 Liberty Street,
65,
65 or 55?
yeah, 65.
65, okay. And the
Liberty Street is a one-way street, so she has to park across the street.
Yeah. And the paperwork is all in,
Yes,
so what I need is a motion to grant this request. Do we have a motion to?
So I move to accept the ADA parking request for 65 Liberty Street.
Okay,
And second?
second, okay. Any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're good. Thank you, Jeannie. Okay, there's that one. That's good, that was quick. The next item, the discussion of Vision Zero for the city. And really, I wanted to give more background on this, and here is some background. You're not on that?
No. So last time they had me was wrong.
Now it's somebody else in your word?
They don't even have Wi-Fi, so we're just.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's all right. So this item, the discussion of Vision Zero. Vision Zero is a program that cities buy into to an eye toward eliminating serious injury or death on street system, on the transportation system. And it's been kicking around for years, and it's been evolving, and the most recent evolution of it is, takes the form of safety systems, is what the Federal Highway Administration is calling it now. And the reason I'm interested in this, for a lot of reasons, one is I think we need to do stuff about traffic safety and keep people safe, and so that we can hopefully do something about people being injured and or killed on our system. And when I looked into this a little bit, I discovered that the mayor, on June 30th, 2023, wrote an executive order on this topic. And you guys have copies of the executive order. And in essence, what he's done, and this is the safe systems is the evolution of Vision Zero. So it's the next step in Vision Zero. Vision Zero is still being used by some people, safe systems by other people. It's really the same concept and the same thing. So he issued an executive order entering and committing the city to a safe systems approach for crashes and other safety improvements throughout the transportation system. I think it's a great idea. What I wasn't able to find, and Andrea might tell me this someday if I do this incorrectly, I don't know of the council. I came on the council in July. I don't know of the council ever endorsing this. And so what I would like to do is have a resolution for the council to endorse
The previously issued executive
the
order.
executive order that the mayor issued in June. And then it gets complicated. After that, I think the council really needs to think about a implementation plan. This is all great stuff, and it goes to Rennie's 25-mile-an-hour speed limit, which we kind of talked about the other day, but I'm not really sure where that is. I think we need an implementation plan that we can track and we can find things like the 25-mile-an-hour speed limit and other improvements. So,
We'll need to form a committee for this.
well, yeah, we can use a committee, or we can go to the Complete Streets Advisory Council and ask them to do it.
Right.
There's a couple different ways we can choose to go with this.
Yeah.
But the first step in my view, somebody raised their hand. Uh-oh. Now we got a hand. What do we do with that?
What is that?
Who raised their hand and what would you like to say?
It's my hand, Jeannie. Hi. So was there a study done before the executive order went out from anybody in any department? Probably, I would say DPW or something like that. And if it was, then what would we do about it? Would we have a study done?
I think it's more of a policy statement. So I doubt that there's a study that's been a study behind it. I think this next step to an implementation plan is where we need to engage Public Works and engineering and the police department and community members and the fire department and say, okay, how are we going to transit? We got to talk to the bus people. I think we need a group of people to come up with an implementation plan, and that's where the study would come in. This is just kind of the concept that we want to move in a direction that eliminates serious crashes and serious injuries and fatalities by 2030. That's what he says in here. I think it's a great idea. How we get there, I think, is where we start talking about studies and stuff like that. So does that answer your question, Jeannie?
Thank you. To put out money to bring out somebody outside to do a study, to me, wouldn't make sense when we have we have DPW, we have the police, we have engineers, we have people that could do the study that work within the city.
Right, and the fact that I think the people that should be doing the implementation plan are the people who are going to have to implement it.
Right.
So we don't end up coming up with things that we can't do.
I agree.
So
So this would require like reposting of signs throughout the
Could be.
city?
could be signs, could be design changes to certain roadways, could be sidewalk improvements, could be a public relations. It could be a push on people being responsible on the transportation system. I mean, there's a lot of elements to the Vision Zero stuff that I think this could lead to. So I think that would be, that's kind of the direction that I would envision this going. But we need somebody or some group of people to come up with what it is we want to do.
Sounds like complete streets.
Could be complete streets, but complete streets doesn't necessarily, I mean, they certainly should have some membership in it. But we want to make sure that we have public input.
Hi.
We want to make sure we have, Andrea made it. We want to make sure we have, oh, we did something wrong.
No, it's just nicer to see.
Okay.
Oh, Michelle
Look
is
at
there.
that. Look at all these
Well,
people.
and Michelle has a hand up too.
Oh, you're the one with the hand up. Okay, yes,
You
Michelle.
just so you know, if you go to view
Okay.
and then gallery,
Gallery.
then you can see everybody.
Nice. Thank you.
Hey,
Michelle.
everyone.
Hi, Michelle.
So, regarding the speed limit for 25, it sounds like what I understand, from speaking with the mayor and other people, right now, the way the law was written, we need very complicated, expensive studies. But what I'm trying to do on West Chestnut Street is, see if the speed data that we've collected would qualify as a study to get that speed limit lowered on at least that one street. And we're putting up all these signs and collecting speed data all over the city with all these great signs that Andrea got for the council.
You're right. Andrea. This one, those are happy packs. So that's great, but at this point, I want to endorse what the mayor did. And I want to start, a more coordinated, way of approaching safe systems and Vision Zero. And your memory would be best, Andrew. Did the council ever endorse the executive order that Steve wrote in June of 2023?
Not officially, no.
I'm proposing that we do. That's all this is. And then moving forward about, okay, now what do we do? How do we get it done?
Does council need to endorse an executive order?
No.
I don't think we need to,
That's- Yeah.
but I think it sends a message. That's why I'm
Yeah,
proposing it. It would,
Yeah, we definitely want to support something.
Yeah, I think it sends a message of support, and I think that when the mayor and the administration comes to us and says, I'd like to spend some money on this, we've endorsed it, and we can talk about it more intelligently than if we don't. What do you think?
Yeah.
Madam President.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was great that he issued the executive order.
Yeah.
Like Drew said, it's not something that's necessary, but it does, the statement and there could be actions beyond, I typically don't like just statements.
Mhm.
However, this one also would have actions
Right, I think we,
past just the statement too, so that's even further why it could be a good thing, but as long as, in my opinion, that we do follow up with the actions that actually get us there.
yeah, I think we have to have an action plan. I don't think that would be hard. I think that Complete Streets would do it. I think we can gather some citizens in the city who are interested in this topic. I don't think it'd be hard to get a,
I'm just concerned with, although I think that would be a great idea, inundating them. Maybe we should ask what they have on their plate at this point.
Who are you saying by that?
Streets.
oh, Complete Streets.
Oh,
Complete streets, yeah. Does this fit in alignment with what, their initiatives are?
Well, they've
What's
been,
in addition?
yeah, having, I've been going to the meetings and, they've been talking about this for a long time.
Okay.
Jean's hand is up.
Good.
Oh,
It's just-
Jeannie, yeah, I'm not kidding. Jeannie, go ahead, talk, it's your turn.
I wanted her to finish that because I believe strongly in it, especially them streets that we live on, like Liberty Street at, like, after 7 o'clock at night, it becomes the Indianapolis 500.
Oh.
So Michelle, I believe, was onto something to get certain streets or in the city with a lower speed rate. Am I correct, Michelle?
Yes, there was a law that was passed at New York State last year to allow municipalities to opt into lowering speed limits to 25 miles an hour. But right before the law was passed, the DOT put some restrictions on it and requiring municipalities to do some complicated studies. So,
Oh, sorry, Michelle.
so we're hoping that with all those signs that we have and that we've been putting around on these hot spots around the city, that is something that we can help use towards the speed studies for that and to get those streets down, to the 25 mile hours, per hour.
Jeannie, what I would recommend is to, if you have some streets in mind, to get on the list of getting those speed feedback signs.
Oh, that's.
So, and you could reach out directly to Ed, or you could reach out to me with those streets, and I could, instead of everybody who, like, everybody's frantically jotting down.
No,
If you want to send an email to me, I'll get them on the list. It does take a while because how DPW's process is when the batteries have to be recharged, they will then move it to the next street. And depending on how many streets are on the queue,
Right.
will depend on when they get there.
Well, I've gotten a complaint that there's one speed limit, there's two speed limits on Fair Street. And Fair Street is one way. The speed limit, sign is facing the wrong
The
way.
feedback sign,
feedback
I can explain that.
Okay,
Would you like me to?
yes,
Okay.
please.
There were complaints that people were going the wrong way on that street. So that was a unique way of finding out how many that was actually happening and at what time of day that was happening. So it did bring up some concerns with like, how stupid are city employees for
Yes.
doing it? That actually was a unique way of trying to figure out what time of day people were doing it.
Yeah.
To then, because, we have limited staff for KPD, and if it was every, Tuesday night at 7 PM, people were doing it, we could have cars out there to let folks know. So that was actually, I'm glad you brought that up, because I wanted to say that publicly, because I feel bad for people who came up with that idea and have been criticized.
Yes, okay.
So let me get back to, so these are all details and good stuff, but I think this happens out, first let's endorse it,
Yes.
and then we can say, okay, somebody give us a plan.
Yeah.
And then we can start looking at implementation of the plan. So that's kind of where I am with the endorsement.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
absent your objection,
Yeah.
So do you need a?
I think I need a motion. I need a motion.
Okay, so I motion that
Well,
we.
here, if you want, there's, I drafted something, you can, you can do that. If you want. Is that any good?
Well, you would take the committee report and, because this would be the resolution, so you would say a resolution of the,
Common
Common council
council to support
to-
the executive board.
to endorse and support, so you would just, you have this? Well, you actually don't need to
No,
say it.
nobody-
It would just, we would have to say it out loud, but you don't, if you're motioning it. To endorse and support the mayor's executive order dated June 30th, so you just write down all of that.
Okay, yeah, the last paragraph.
Yeah, you don't need to write all of this.
Okay, sounds
So
good.
then the committee report would read, resolution is to adopt a comment for the common council to endorse and support the mayor's executive order dated June 30th, 2023, committing the city to the safe systems approach to managing our transportation system. And then you have a motion.
Take a motion, second.
I second the motion.
Okay.
Okay,
Because you motioned, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
okay.
Don't make me have to do it.
Much further
Do we
discussion.
have a discussion? Anybody have any other discussion on the topic?
Jeannie.
Jeannie, yes, Jeannie. Oops, she just.
Sorry, I don't mean to be a pain, okay? I have a fresh hair right now, fresh head right now. But, with sending you something, Andrea, you'll get it to where it needs to be about getting, speed signs or, documenting how fast people would be going. Am I correct in that?
So you could reach right out to Ed Norman.
Okay,
Or
okay.
you could reach out, because I've taken requests from council members and just forward him the emails, so I'm happy to do it, but you could also reach out to Ed directly,
What are
so.
they called exactly? Speed
And
bumps?
us,
They're called
us-
speed feedback signs.
Speed-
okay, speed back signs, thank you. And the, what you were just talking about with agreeing with the mayor, and is that going to be public? Well, what he said, because we are backing up what he already gave as executive order, am I correct?
Right?
This is public, yep, this
Okay.
is public knowledge that I just said I was backing up what the mayor was saying, and then this committee is about to vote on it, and then that would also be public, that we are endorsing the mayor's executive order from June 30th.
And then would we be making a smaller committee like Bob suggested earlier, or we're good with this?
Well, this is the first step. The next step would be to form a committee and ask for an operation, for a implementation plan.
Form committee or go to complete streets.
Right, somewhere, right.
Okay,
I think we make that request to the mayor and say, you know, we want to have an implementation plan. Now that we've endorsed it. Knock yourself out. What do you think? Skepticism.
Or we're just good at what we're endorsing?
We're endorsing his executive order.
Right,
Yeah, it's more of and Bobby, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's more like a statement, like this is the direction what we're wanting to go into.
right,
Go
okay.
towards, I should say, and then we actually have to do the work, and I think that could be a little bit more thought, like personally for me, I would like think about that, that's why I'm not,
Yeah, no, right, you're right.
I'm only hesitant because I would like a little more time to think about how I would want a committee, in my opinion.
Well, we're saying,
But like, if it would be something that the council would do, kind of like we did the parking task force more collaboratively, or if it's something we just wanna say, hey, executive branch, you do that,
Gotcha.
or it could be something that we want, although I would prefer collaboration.
right.
Okay,
Because-
I'm just trying to make everything clear. Thank
Right,
you.
and what we're really, I mean, the bottom line here is the last comment in the governor mayor's executive order, which talks about us eliminating, he says significantly declines. Vision Zero is eliminating significant roadway fatalities and serious injuries by 2030. So that's a goal that we're setting with this as well. So, okay, a discussion, any more discussion? On the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're good. Of
Did you do the other stuff?
course we got the other stuff.
You did it twice too, right?
We didn't want to, but we did. We did the right thing. So on that note, absent anything else on our agenda, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Done. We're adjourned. Thank you all.
Thanks for all your patience to all listeners for our little
For everything.
mishap.
Our technical challenges.